All right, so it's Thursday, December the 4th. Join me. We're going to roll through today's latest sneaker news updates, which, of course, we got to kick things off. We got some breaking news. The big restock, which everybody's been waiting on, is just officially been confirmed, which there's been some buzz generating about a potential Jordan 4 Black Cat restock. Well, it looks like things will be going down tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, via JD Sports and Finish Line, which this wouldn't be the first time that we've seen them advertise one of these high-profile restocks. So it's going to be tough to get your hands on these. I don't want to sit here and act like it's going to be totally impossible, right? It's still worth your time, but just keep your expectations in line. Remember, upon the initial release, this is a sneaker which a lot of people, including myself, underestimated the overall demand, the increased demand, including the additional holiday buzz and everything like that. This is a highly sought after release. So as far as tomorrow's release, it's probably just best to keep your expectations in line. Don't think that the restock is going to guarantee you a W, right? I would go in with low expectations. If you happen to get lucky, it's a huge W. But if you do happen to miss out, remember, I could recommend a whole bunch of all black shoes, which will get you through the rest of the shoe year. But as far as this sneaker right here, unfortunately, it's kind of entered into this whole sneaker reseller ecosphere where resellers, they're looking to eat up as many pairs of these as possible. So as far as tomorrow's drop, remember 10 a.m. Eastern, JD Sports Finish Line. Good luck for everybody trying to grab a pair of these joints right here. Now, as far as today's big sneakers app drop, we saw Nike continue their Stranger Things collection, which earlier kicked off things with the Nike Dunk Low. It looks like they're following things up with 5 more releases. So you got a combination of some Nike releases, some Converse pairs as well, which this was a limited drop, right? As far as the Air Max 1s, probably the most popular model. Out of the 5, they dropped roughly around 6,000 pairs. As far as the additional pairs, somewhere around 2,000 pairs or something like that. So it's an interesting one. As far as the design elements, nothing too unique, which I think would draw interest from people that aren't say Stranger Things fans, but they're cool for fans of the show or whatever, right? And I like the fact they mixed things up, adding the Converse pairs in there as well. And based off the fact that Stranger Things is a show based off in the 80s or whatever, at the time, do y'all feel like Chucks or Converse were more popular, or do you feel like Nikes were more popular back then? Now, a little release reminder, Undefeated. It looks like their Air Max 95 raffle is currently live right now via Equal. So not only do you have the white pair, you also got the black joints as well. This shoe pays homage to the OG Air Max 97s, which got a lot of love, for their Gucci-inspired color scheme. So as far as the raffle, looks like you guys have just a little over another day to go ahead and enter for those joints right there. Now this one right here, I know is gonna ruffle a whole bunch of feathers. Remember how we talked about that potential J Balvin Jordan 4? Well, it looks like according to DJ Khaled, these joints are the real deal, right? So as far as this clip right here, I know a lot of people are gonna be pissed off about it right here, but that boy Khaled, he's giving us a detailed look at these joints right here, which as far as the initial first reaction, I would say it's kind of a mixed bag, as far as people's opinions. I like the fact that on the back, you got the Nike Air as well as the J Balvin logo on them. Interesting choice of colors. I've already expressed that I'm personally not the biggest fan of these, but as I always like to say, if you guys like them, I love them. I'm almost even scared to kind of jump into the comments because I just feel like it's going to be a whole bunch of hate against Khaled. But as far as this shoe, right, one of the big Jordans to look forward to for 2026. And as far as DJ Khaled and his relationship with Nike and Jordan brand, it's been a little minute since we've seen him drop his own sneaker, but he continues to be the first one to kind of debut, a lot of these shoes. He even expressed the fact that J Balvin even personally gifted him this pair off of his very own feet. So that boy Khaled, I don't know if he's got some dirt on MJ or some high profile execs over at Nike, but he continues, to be one of the first ones to premiere a lot of these first looks. So I guess you can't really be mad at that. I mean, the dude does have passion for his sneakers, right? So as far as these J Balvin 4s, man, let me know what y'all think. A little more detailed look at these. It looks like this has been confirmed. This is what we can look forward to coming up next year for 2026. And speaking of Jordan Brand 2026 releases, it looks like Z Sneakerheads has given us some release updates as far as drops, which is kind of crazy, right? Fall 2026, we're just now in fall 2025, right? But hey, that's cool or whatever. I guess we'll go ahead and check out. As far as these dates, I'm guessing that we're a year out. A lot of this stuff is subject to change, but it's an opportunity to kind of gauge what we can look forward to coming up next year or year, which a lot of people said that they're going to be taking a break from copying. I guess they're saying that these joints ain't living up to 2025. So let's take a little peek into it here. Now, as far as the summer, we got some July shoes. The Jordan 5 Women's Sunset, a shoe which I actually had no clue about, which originally dropped back in 2006. I would say here in 2025, these joints have aged beautifully. Jordan 5s are real hot right now. You got the OG Jordan 3 True Blue. Of course, everybody loves them joints right here. This one's interesting. I don't think we've seen these before. The Jordan 4 Women's Birds of a Paradise, which this is a potential mock-up of what this shoe could look like. Women's exclusive. July also is going to drop the Jordan 5 Black UNC. Those are coming back from the past as well. Another fan favorite. Also this summer we got the Jordan 4 Cosmic, which I think we gotta wait. This is just a mock-up image to actually give this one, you know, a proper critique. We also have the Bin collection returning as well with the Jordan 8. And then in August, we got another Jordan 1 high, which I thought Jordan was going to be like falling back as far as Jordan 1 highs. I haven't seen too many on the release calendar, but here we got another one, which they're calling the Love of the Game, which is an interesting look. Again, it's just a mock-up, so we'll kind of have to wait to reserve judgment. Got the Jordan 3 Laser, which is kind of like one of these like one-off, like real rare, almost grail-like type sneakers with Jordan brands going to be bringing back. That one should generate some decent buzz. We also got the Jordan 1 Low Laser, which that's a cool concept, you know, a take off the laser print, which was real cool back in like the early 2000s or whatever. We got the OG Jordan 9s, which you gotta love those ones. I feel like that's gonna be one that's gonna be on a lot of people's cop list for next year. The Black Patent 17 Lows. We got the Jordan 3 Sports Renaissance mock-up image. Didn't know about those. Jordan 6 Oreos coming back. The light aqua Tiffany blue joints, Seattle Mariners. Those are interesting. Those got potential. Tour yellows coming back. Now this one, the Jordan 7 Phantom multicolor. I want to see what those look like. They got the big question mark on those, which we haven't seen 7s really drop in a minute, right? So that's cool. For 2027, that's going to be the anniversary for the 7s once again. So cool to see some 7s start to jump back into the mix, right? We also got the Jordan 8 Chromes returning. Another OG women's high, which are called Nails and Grails. Like, I ain't gonna lie, based off that name, let me keep it pushing. We got the Idols Become Rivals, which is a shoe which pays homage to the Bucks. On the Jordan 12, we got the Jordan 8 Cavs. Now this is interesting, the Awake collaboration, which again, speculative mock-up. Can't wait to see what the finished product looks like, but coming off the 5, that's going to be a shoe which is generating a lot of buzz. Jordan 4 London. We got the Maolola joints as well, scheduled for the fall. So let me know what you guys think about Jordan Fall 2026 releases. It's just about a year away, so you got a lot of time to plan as far as these drops. But you see it right here in the comments, bruh. This dude C-Knots over here talking about 2026 looking like the year of savings for me. But we did get some breaking news as well. Well, this actually hit the internet last night. Late last night, but according to Z Sneakerheads and Sneaker Files, once again, OG Jordan 4 Bred set to return holiday of 2026. So y'all gotta jump in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this one right here. Which is kind of crazy to think because we just got the reimagined Breds. What was that, like 2 years ago or something like that? Maybe even last year. I think top of last year. Was it that long ago? And then the last time that we saw this shoe drop was 2019, and that pair did also include the Nike Air on the back. So I almost wanted to come on here like snapping and talking about Jordan brand. Like, is this a cash grab? Is this too soon to bring these back? My rule is always like, you gotta give it at least like 10 years to marinate before you bring back a classic like this. Is Jordan brand ruining the legacy? Are these like the new pandas or something like that? But then I thought about it. At the end of the day, it's just sneakers, right? And now with the world, the way things move so fast, like, I feel like that 10-year rule doesn't really even apply anymore, right, bro? Everybody's fried from TikTok. Might as well bring these back. Plus, there's so many new collectors which just jumped into the game. I mean, how can you really be mad to see a great shoe like this return? But I did also notice some details as well, as these Sneakerheads is talking about true to OG 89 shape, which now I understand it, right? As far as that 89 shape, seems to be a lot more sleek, right? Especially in the toe box. So if they can get that right, I would kind of compare it to almost like the Jordan 1 85 Bred, right? Where they were saying that one was a lot more true to the OG specs. Now, whether it lived up to that, That's up for debate, but I'm all for it. Jordan Brand, give it your best shot. Try to give us these joints with the OG specs, because you guys always know that shape, that OG shape is generally always far superior, you know, to the new takes. But make sure them joints are comfortable, right? If you're gonna update the shape, get it right. You might even just go ahead, if you're gonna update the shape and everything, might as well go all in and pro-tro them joints. Hit us with a new, more comfortable insole. Stop all that talk about Jordans being uncomfortable. And Jordan 4s are definitely one of the more uncomfortable sneakers right here. So what do y'all think about this one? Should we jump into the comments? Because I feel like I can already predict people talking about it's too soon. But let's just take a little glance. Let's see what the people are talking about. This dude put, better be the shade this time. Perfect example of oversaturation in the sneaker market. Shoe just dropped. Mark Andy talking about again. This dude Darnell said, perfect. I just sold my 2019 and 2024 pair. 2 pairs minimum. All right, so we got some people excited. This dude put, I barely worn mine, or the last 2 years. Okay. Oh, you talking about the reimagined joints? This dude put, we good, bruh. So yeah, sneakerheads, man, we gotta stop being so entitled, right? Even though a lot of us got the reimagined joints, you might have the 2019 pair, or even the past re-release, which I think was what, like 2012, 2013 or something like that. Like, bruh, there's been so many people that just jumped into the game, new collectors. Like, let them boys be happy, man, and grab them pairs of classic, because that same feeling you had when you first grabbed you a pair of Breds, you know, they're gonna be able to experience that very same feeling. And plus, the legacy continues, right? When you talk about a shoe like this, is there ever gonna be too much oversaturation of a beautiful sneaker like this? Nah. Let's not be mad. Let Jordan Brand do their thing. So we'll see. Again, this is a leak. Things could change, you know, as we're both a whole year away from this potential drop. But drop your feedback on that one, man. So that's all I got for y'all today. Before we bounce, though, did y'all see this pop up? Talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo and his agent. They're having conversations with the Bucks about his future, discussing whether his best fit is staying elsewhere. That's going to be an interesting developing story right there, which yesterday we had a little basketball talk. It was cool to see how many of you guys shouting out your favorite teams and all that good stuff. So as far as Giannis potentially leaving Milwaukee, I'm guessing he's probably been had a whole bunch of people in his ears, especially due to the fact that he's a high-profile Nike athlete. I feel like, you know, in order for him to expand his brand, while I feel like he could still get it done in Milwaukee, I'm sure many people have been in his ears, like letting him know that he's wasting the best years of his career. And it's probably in his best interest for his brand, his Nike deal, to get into a bigger market city. So, of course, the buzz, you know, is him potentially landing in OKC, which I think that would be horrible, bruh. If that boy goes to OKC, it's like shut the whole season down. We got another KD, you know, the Golden State type of situation, which that would make things super boring. Like, nobody wants to see that. So let me know, what destination would you potentially like to see Giannis land in? Look, people over here talking about New York, which they could bring it on, bro. Like Portland, him staying with the Bucks, Houston, the Clippers. Hey, if that's what you want to do, bro. Bulls. Now you guys already know how I feel about it, right? Y'all already know I'm ride or die. Giannis, listen, man. Miami, big market. If you don't want to take the easy route, you know, if you want to do some of the heavy lifting and still feel like you earned it, you know, come down to South Beach, bruh. We can get things done. So drop your feedback, y'all. That's enough for me, man. You know I'm a biased T fan. So JATV, I appreciate you guys. If you enjoyed this update, smash the like button. I'll catch you guys next time. In the meantime, stay safe, stay blessed. I'm out, y'all. Love.